They look just about ready to go, so they should be getting going shortly here. So, and we're off.
So that's just 10 arrows in Link's house. Maybe that portends an early bow.
Could be. I also like to see bombs in Escape. I think it's everyone's favorite trolley item because there's strats that you can go along with it to use. So maybe they'll get bombs and it's just throwing them in the wrong direction.
Well, here we go. Let's see. That's an interesting one. The Cane of Burna.
So with the Cane of Burna, that makes it an interesting go. Justin's doing the right thing and killing these two guards, knowing that he's going to get the magic input here with the 8-guard bomb drop already. So
yeah, so we'll have to see if the Dragonfeeney picks up a bomb drop like that on the way.
But with this item, it's all about the magic consumption. One of the reasons why I had an early death in Escape because it was intentional, because I ran out of magic and forgot that I could just respawn the room with pots in the ball and chain guard downstairs. So we might not see too many use of it unless they need it.
Right. For those of you who are unfamiliar, in this standard mode of the randomizer, the uncle will give you a random weapon selected from sword, the Cane of Burna, the Cane of Samaria, hammer, bow, fire rod, or 10 bombs. And if you're given an item that has some sort of... Well, there's a sword. So we might not see that cane for too much longer. If you're given an item that has ammunition or magic consumption, you're maxed out on it. So you're given 10 bombs or 30 arrows or a full magic meter.
With that sword in hand, we'll probably see the Dragonfeeney kill a few more people to get that 8 bomb drop. Zelda's just holding on to the map, so we will see a sanctuary check of the chest.
Yes. It has to be said that, you know, so often we see something in Escape that indicates progression or at least something nice like that sword there. A question in chat, is this a modified open mode or its own category? This is standard mode. When we say standard mode in Randomizer, that refers to the necessity of doing the escape sequence with Zelda at the beginning of the game. But this is considered to be a randomized weapon mode, which means that Uncle will give you a weapon, but it's not necessarily a sword. In fact, if you look at the statistics, the sword is the least likely outcome from Uncle.
Bit of info though, if you see Uncle leave Link's house in the beginning with the sword, you will be getting the sword from Uncle. I learned that the other night.
That's cool. I knew he held it down in the sewers, but I didn't realize that he actually left with it. Good to know. So with the sword, we're not going to have any difficulty with the so-called final boss of Escape, the Key Rat. Though, Feeney might be killing some of these snakes here looking for a bomb drop.
Fortunately, not getting it there.
So there's a bunch of rats in the upper right corner of this room, so maybe we'll see. We're not going to see Feeney go there to kill some rats. The 8-bomb drop was on a green soldier, yes, so I'm not sure. The snakes and rats might be in different item drop pools.
Well,
Uh-oh.
she's gonna have to find that bomb.
If Feeney doesn't find a bomb, that could be bad news for her. With the Moon Pearl in the back room of escape there.
She gets it good. I hate to see someone get 8 bomb drop and the other one not get a single bomb. So if she gets the bomb, gonna get her Moon Pearl and be able to leave. All in all, though, even with all that farming, she's still gonna have a sub 7-minute escape, which is still decent.
We get a quick map check. I caught a red pendant at Eastern and a crystal at Desert. Not sure what Hera was. I'm sure our tracker is Sage Figaro today. I'm sure they will be on that.
And it looks like it's marked a crystal, so 2 crystals in a light world. And a 4 fairy pull from the tree there.
And the bush crab has just given us 5 arrow drop. That's just 300 rupees on the lumberjack ledge, so I doubt we're going to be seeing an Aghanim kill just to pick that up.
No, but you hate to see that. That's one of them that's not going to be available to you, especially when you're going to farm for Zora.
The Pearl is nice, of course, because we need it for the Dark World, but we're still not seeing any indication of either progression or Dark World access. The only indication of Dark World access is that sword is one part of the puzzle to get into Aghanim.
Yeah, having early Dark World access is always fun to see because that's where you're going to find a lot of divergence from the runners. Usually have options to go in different directions, and one of my favorites to watch.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun seeing a runner get Dark World access in Kakariko and then just heading straight in, not bothering with the South Shore or Eastern area or anything like that. Well, that's part of the Dark World puzzle. Justin Z finding the Power Glove in the basement of Blind. Feeney gonna head down and buy some bombs, it looks like.
Single arrow in the back of the well there.
Extremely important find.
And with that being said, looks like Dragon Feeney did make the right play, but now she's not gonna. She might have just enough money for the bottle vendor.
Bottle vendor ends up being only a piece of heart, but if you don't pick it up when you're here in Kakariko for the first time, it's one of those things that just nags at you until you can get back here.
Yeah, Kakariko having a whole lot of nothing right now, besides that Power Glove.
Yep, with the Power Glove, we're looking for something like a hammer or another glove upgrade for Dark World access. We're going to see a check on the library here. That was just a blue rupee on the library.
And I like this play in races, just going right for the race game and not worrying about checking it. It's one bomb that you have to use, but at least you don't have to die your way back if it is something.
Especially with so few progression items this early in the game. It's probably a good play.
Opting not to get the heart container, so...
Yeah, Justin must be pretty confident. I don't know about you, Azrael, but with 5 hearts in the Dark World looming in green mail, I probably would have gone for that heart container.
I would have been on that same page.
So Justin heading down to the south, we're going to see what's in the dam, and we're going to see what soggy item is outside the dam. That was just a piece of heart on the outside, and inside, just a piece of heart.
You expect if he passes on a full heart container, yep, he's gonna pass on the piece of heart as well. And we got mini Moldorn coming over here. It's 5 items. And with the sword and the bombs and the Cane of Burner, they'll make quick work of this room.
Well, that's something in the flippers. Justin almost with a saving quit, but I bet with those flippers right there, we're going to see a check of the hobo, the waterfall cave, see what's on the Lake Hylia Island. Looks like we're going to head to Ice Rod Cave first.
I think it's faster to swim, so I would think it would be better if he wanted to check those 3 spots first and then swim his way up to Ice Rod Cave, but it wouldn't save much time in the long run, so either way is fine.
It was noted in chat, and worth pointing out, that by picking up that 8 bomb drop, Justin Z has gained a little bit of time on Feeney. Just not having to go buy those bombs. Speaking of bombs...
He definitely did, and it looks like either Justin's gonna come back here to go do those waterfall checks, or water checks, or he's gonna opt to go do Sahashala here. We'll see what he chooses.
It is Sahasrara, it looks like. That's an interesting play, getting the flippers early and leaving those flipper lock locations behind. So we may see some divergence here if Feeney acts with those flippers right away.
She definitely does. We're gonna go check. Let's see what's on the Hylia Island first. But Justin gets the Titan's mitts. There's our access.
Yep, at 14 minutes and 30 seconds, Justin Z can go into the Dark World.
Looking like he's still taking a dip into Pendant Eastern, though.
Yep. Hobo with a full heart. It's nice to have some health when you get into the Dark World because those enemies hit real hard.
He's a hobo. That's pretty much all he has to give, is all his love and affection.
So Feeney's going to check Ice Rod Cave here. Swims up to this ladder to climb out of the lake.
She'll get her bombs and most likely follow suit behind Justin.
Yep, there's still the possibility that we'll see her take the warp and check the waterfall cave, and the Zora ledge item certainly doesn't have enough money to pay for Zora right now. And there's nothing in Eastern yet. We do have the big key and a map. And a compass. So that means that one of the 3 items in Eastern is on the Armos Knights and is currently inaccessible because we don't have the bow. And one of the items is behind a dark room, which is by logic inaccessible, but I think, yeah, we're going to see Justin do that dark room right now. Fiend getting her power gloves. And a green pendant check. The green pendant is in Swamp Palace.
And sequence breaking to get the flute. Definitely a nice find for him. Sure, Dragon Feeney's also comfortable with this dark room. She'll go get it herself, but that's definitely good sequence break.
Yep, and that flute has interesting implications for the lamp. The flute was locked behind the lamp, so that means if Justin Z uses the flute to get up to Death Mountain, then we expect the lamp to be accessible somewhere not locked behind the flute, and certainly not on Death Mountain.
So with the items in hand that he has, you would have to beg to differ that it's probably in Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, that lamp can find itself in a whole lot of places.
Or it could be an ice palace, like it notoriously is. After they find a fire course, of course.
So we're going to see with the flute, the desert check right away. Oh! That's a big item. We just saw the bow on the desert ledge.
Alright, so that means the bow is either behind the mirror, or are we gonna need the book to get to that bow?
It is kind of nice knowing where the bow is early in the game. So frequently the bow is your troll item. I think there's a common joke, you know, bow on laser bridge. That happens a lot.
But we did get the Mire check. It is Quake Medallion to open Mire.
So we know that it's Quake, but we still haven't seen a Dark World map check, so we don't know if getting into Mire is required.
And the Dragon Feeney is going to be happy after this and about to get her flute.
And Justin Z heading into the Dark World at just about 20 minutes. There's our check. Mire is a crystal. The red crystals are at Pod and Ice Palace.
I like the Skullwoods play. I consider Skullwoods at least these first few locations to be part of the overworld route. So I like the play by Justin right here.
Yeah, at least the front half of Skullwoods is not that bad. That room in the back where you have to dodge all the Gibdos, that's a little bit painful. Sometimes runners will skip that one.
Yeah, especially with just green mail and 8 hearts, going into that room could be scary, especially if you do not have the cane to help you out.
We're gonna see a bomb jump here. Nicely done, but does not have the big key, so just a little bit of bomb jump practice.
He is heading into that dreaded room, but maybe he's good at dodging those Gibdos.
Does have the boomerang. Interestingly enough, the boomerang stuns them, but the hookshot does not. Well, it doesn't look like we need any stunning here, just in making quick work of that room.
Which logically you would think the boomerang with the metal and serrated tip in the front would pull the sleeves around them, but he finds the hammer. That's a great find to have early on here, and now he'll have a nice weapon at his disposal.
Feeney, meanwhile, is heading around to the Zora area. Doesn't have the money to make the purchase, but will be able to check the Waterfall Cave and the Zora Ledge item. Gets the mushroom inside the Waterfall Cave. So might dip right back to the witch. Well, we'll probably flute back to the witch after a save and quit. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Routing's not my strong point, so we'll see what Fiend does. And
having the flute in hand makes that always an easy check. You might want to save that for a fake powder if you don't find the powder along the way. It's definitely useful. We'll see what she does here.
so it does not look like Feeney's going to turn in that mushroom right away. Maybe she's planning on that fake powder play. Justin inside Pendant Thieves Town.
With version 29, it always almost seems like there's going to be an item in a pendant dungeon. So, especially making the dip into Thieves, which is not the longest of the dungeons, is definitely a viable option for them at this point. And especially with the hammer, he can full clear it.
Yeah, I agree with the play coming into Thieves here. We do already have 2 items from Thieves here in the first half. Both of them were garbage items. I think 20 rupees and 10 arrows. But indeed, it's a quick check, and it's one that Justin will be able to complete with that hammer. So there are 2 items in the back of Thieves, but it does not look like Justin's going for them. Justin has taken the Death Warp and heading out.
He'll have to remember to keep that in the back of his mind that to come back here if he's missing an item. It's a play, especially a one you sometimes would like to see them do. Easy as that dungeon is, we'll see if it hurts him in the long run.
Feeney using the Cane of Burna in this Gibdo room. Definitely will end up appreciating this play. Getting the hammer here. I haven't been counting, but this is a lot of digs. Just for a piece of heart.
Just gonna pick up Jeremiah up here.
So we're going to see the hammer pegs, and then without the mirror, Justin's going to need to either take that frog on a trip or save and quit right now after the hammer pegs. Well, there's the lamp. With that lamp, we've restored everything to logic. That flute is now in logic because it was behind a dark room.
So it wasn't that, that's frozen behind anything. It was a quick check of the hammer pegs. Lots of times you don't want to check that without the boots, so it's much longer without it, but good for him. Now we got the lamp. No dark rooms today. Further on.
Justin finds the mirror from Stumpy, and I bet we're going to see a check of the cave south of Grove immediately. Yep, here we go.
A very fortuitous finding on this run here, because he'll be able to check these locations now. Maybe even take him further on a world tour. And gets the blue mail for his troubles. Nice find with only 4 hearts and green mail so far in this world. So getting a mail upgrade, excellent find.
Justin is heading back now, is going to take the frog back to the blacksmith's, and then probably pick up the purple chest and return on the south path to turn the purple chest in on the way to Hype Cave.
I like this play by him. It's very heads up. He wasn't that far away from the village. Good play on his part.
Meanwhile, Feeney's going to get the last item in the front of Thieves, and we're going to see if Feeney decides to continue or take the Death Warp out like Justin did. And of course, as chat's pointing out, that mirror lets Justin get the bow from the desert ledge now. Feeney is going to continue deeper into Thieves Town. So we're going to see some divergence here. Maybe Feeney will find something to help her make up some time. Meanwhile, the blacksmith's just with 50 bucks. Feeney makes her way up through the Thieves' Town Hellway.
This might be a quicker option. Good of Justin to think about that. I'm not sure if it's faster or not, but using the flute to fling himself back this way in order to go to Hype Cave.
So we're going to check what's inside the purple lunchbox. Just a piece of heart. Now we're on the way to Hype Cave. Feeney takes a death inside Thieves Town. I'm not sure if that one was intentional or not.
She got hit by the flying eyeballs on her way down from the bombable place upstairs.
Yeah, those are rough. They do 2 hearts of damage. Oh no, the eyeballs are the grasshoppers. Whatever. The grasshoppers are nasty.
Yeah, she was going out the door and got hit by the eyeballs as she was trying to make her way down.
Hype Cave not starting out strong. I take it back. Hype Cave, reasonably hype. We get the boots out of there.
Which could be progression if we see if Desert is boots locked once he makes his way over there to get the bow.
Yep, now that we have a fire source, we have the boots, we have the flute and the mirror, we can do all of Desert, no problem.
But first, we're probably getting a pyramid check here and maybe catfish to rope that in.
Nice use of spin speed there. Opts to pick up 20 rupees from the pyramid. Okay.
He's still shy of that Zora money, trying to build it up.
Feeney about to get her mirror. Justin is setting up for the Houlihan room. Certainly has Zora on the mind. And now Justin has Zora money. Fiend gonna head into Hype Cave and find her boots, along with her other Hype Cave garbage.
Yeah, she's opting not to go back to get the purple chests from the breadsmiths, which could save her some time, unless she decides to fully bring it afterwards.
Justin was in the vicinity of the King's Tomb when he was setting up for the Houlihan room, but did not opt to check King's Tomb. With the Titan's mitts and the boots, he could have done that right there. Yes, to point out something in chat, Feeney is unaware that the bow is on the desert ledge. So she has access to it right now, but doesn't know that it is there. Justin's probably going to give us our first check of King Ripoff.
Just a 5-bomb upgrade. Very expensive bomb bag upgrade there.
Justin's going to be grabbing his bow right now. Probably making a full clear of desert. I wouldn't be surprised. Looks like Checkerboard Cave first.
He still opted to pass on both Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb. It was in the vicinity again, so Well, gets his ice rod.
Feeney, meanwhile, is in a dark room. I'm thinking she's making her way up Death Mountain. Feeney went through the light world to return the blacksmith, so did not get to do the bonk rocks, which is where the lamp is located. Interesting, though, gets the book from the old man. Old man running a library today.
Which actually might push her towards the Desert Palace edge. We'll find his bow shortly.
Yeah, I think that's a great find for her. I think that'll get her right towards Desert, where Justin is right now. So Desert's not boot locked, because we just have a red rupee on the torch. And Feeney's gonna head up to Tower of Hera, it looks like. Gonna check the ether tablet first. We can tell what's on it, but we won't be able to get it at this time. Just pocket change. With the book, you can read the tablets no matter what, but you can only get the item off of them with Master Sword or Greater. Feeney and Hera might have a problem with the lack of a fire source, if the basement is necessary. So the basement's not necessary to complete the dungeon, since we just picked up the big key, but there still might be an item hiding there. The lamp was in the bonk rock, not the bonk rocks, the hammer pegs, that's right. Nobody's seen the bonk rocks yet. I think of them as, I got confused with bonk because you're so used to doing those hammer pegs with the hammer dash, but we did not have the boots at the time.
And Justin, we might see ice rod strats on Landmola here.
Yep.
So unless Moldorm has the item is going to be in the basement. Because Moldorm was going to either drop the key or drop the item.
Well, Justin ran out of magic, so we're seeing hammer strats on Landmo here. And we're also seeing hammer strats on Moldorm on the other side. Hammer does tempered sword damage, so it's a great weapon for these bosses. Uh-oh. Feeney takes a spill off of Moldorm's platform, while Justin Z gets the Landmo fight done.
So nothing of consequence in Desert. He just gets his next crystal.
Yep, and he does have that bow. Uh-oh. Fiend taking another spill, this time down the middle hole. That'll put her down 2 floors. Moldorm being a little unkind today.
Getting a slash of frustration for Dragonfeeney, getting fallen again. Troll, I'm living up to his name in this fight.
With the bow and the hammer, we're going to see the pod play from Justin Z. That's a dungeon that he can fully clear. Feeney gets the Moldorm fight done. First try, right?
And he does drop the key. So unless Dragonfeeney finds the fire rod on East Death Mountain, she'll have to make her way back here. It's going to be in the back of her mind.
Yep. And as far as Dragonfeeney... Oh, those are the silver arrows on the floating island. Both of our runners have the mirror, so I bet we're going to see both of our runners pick those up when they get to Dark Death Mountain. Feeney, of course, doesn't know where the bow is.
No, but with boots in hand, they can go into Hookshot Cave, at least check that one chest, and then go back and get those silvers.
Justin Z up here on Death Mountain. When Justin does Tower of Terror, which I bet is coming real soon, definitely might check the basement, and we'll see what Fiend had to leave behind. Five more chests here in Paradox Cave for Feeney.
Half magic and fish to price sealed with Flora today, though.
Yeah, half magic, pretty nice. Tiny shield, take it or leave it. Feeney having some rough luck with the bomb jump here in Paradox Cave.
A little bit of information on this bomb jump. She's gonna get it here, but I learned recently from Giselle Shaft that if you do the horizontal, the x-axis first before the y-axis, which most runners do, it's a little bit easier to set up because it's going to automatically send you to the right spot when you go over to the left.
That is good to know. Gazelle Chef knows a huge deal of stuff about this game. So if you want to learn about some of the nifty mechanics, she's a good person to look into. Hey, she's here in chat. Hi.
That's always nice to see when you talk about somebody and they're right here for you.
Here's a check on the Turtle Rock medallion. It is ether. We still have no medallions whatsoever. So we are going to see the bonk check for this first chest here. And gets the red mail for her trouble. That's a nice find.
Can she hover?
She can start to hover.
figured it was worth it to give it a shot.
Justin, meanwhile, with a fire source, will be able to give us a check of the item in the basement of Hera. Feeney, on the other hand, is going to get those silver arrows.
And with half magic, and I think, what, she has 11 hearts. Nope, never mind. I stand corrected. I was saying she could have gone and checked the Spike Cave.
Yep, Spike Cave would have been in logic. But we're getting a mushroom turn in, it seems. Basement of Hera ended up being just a heart piece. I don't think we pointed this out. The mushroom was a 20 rupee. I don't think we pointed this out, but both of our runners found a bottle in Hera, so the sick kit is now possible.
Meanwhile, Justin is going to make that Spike Cave check.
Well, Fiend, on the other hand, is going to check King's Tomb. This is something we did not see from Justin. Justin didn't check King's Tomb or Bonkra. Oh, no!
He just didn't have enough magic to do it. If he would have went to the right side of Death Mountain, would have got that half magic, he would have had it, but just not enough. Takes untimely death.
Yeah, that's rough. Justin's going to leave it behind. Probably going to make these same checks that Fiend is making right now. And there's a second bottle in the Bonk Rocks. And King's Tomb had the red boomerang. The lag boomerang.
We'll see what the sick kid has to offer for his illness here. Bigger bomb bag.
Thanks for visiting me. Why don't you hold some more explosives, please? So both of our runners have taken some unfortunate deaths deep in places. Justin in Spike Cave and Feeney in Thieves Town. And in both cases, our runners have just bailed out, left him behind. Justin died at the tail end of Spike Cave.
But Feeney finally gonna get her lamp here. She'll be happy to find that.
Justin is going to farm rupees. And we're going to see the pod play, I imagine. I can't imagine why you'd be farming rupees except to pay off the extortionist monkey.
Yeah, I think that's the only play he has here. So he's gonna get the rubies and then head up the pod.
Fiend just about to get her intel on... maybe not going to get the intel on the bow. Going to head straight into the Dark World. But I'm sure she's going to check the Desert Ledge. Justin going to pay off the monkey while Feeney gets her ice rod.
She's making the heads up play to check Agina while she's here as well.
Well, there's the Ether Medallion. That gives us some interesting things to talk about. We can now have the medallion for Turtle Rock. Can't get in without the cane, but it also means that this dungeon is bow locked, which won't be a problem. I think both of our runners will have the bow by the time they get here. Justin, of course, already has the bow.
Minus that bow, it does also show they could have did the new glitch we found out with the empty bottle here to open this door without the bow.
Yep, we won't be seeing the potion glitch today, but that has been determined to be race legal. It lets you get to these 2 chests on the bow locked side of Pod. The Dragonfeeney grabs her bow from the desert ledge.
But with Dragonfeeney here, she does have the silver arrows in hand right now. Justin didn't make that play to go get those arrows. So these fights for her will definitely be a little bit easier opposed to Justin.
Yep, and it's really satisfying to nail the 1-cycle Landmo fight with the silver arrows. It's really satisfying to watch it too, so we'll see if the Dragonfeeney can pull that off. The potion glitch is a way to manipulate the camera. The quick summary is that you use just in finding the powder in Pod, you use a potion while you're walking to the left in the room in the basement with the Barry, right? The octopuses that shock you. And that unlocks the camera. And if you grab the wall and manipulate the mimics so that they're all off screen, the game thinks that they're dead and opens the door for you.
Both medallions were in Pod, so now we have Mire and Turtle Rock access from just the Pod dip alone.
We're still waiting on that red cane. The red cane is needed to do anything at all in Turtle Rock, and it's needed to get to the boss of Mire.
Smart play by Justin here. He knows that if he goes for that chest above there, he's just going to get a small key, so he's heading right to Helmasaur.
Feeney having a little bit of trouble with the silver arrows on Landmolas, but gets the fight done. Still a faster fight than the Ice Rod was for Justin.
So this pedestal check in chat here. I think the only item now that can be on Ped, or it's 2, could be the fire rod or a cane.
I think it'd be... Here's a troll suggestion for the pedestal. The fire rod deep inside of Ice Palace and the Bombos medallion on the pedestal.
That definitely could be trolly.
Justin's going to be finishing up pod just about as Feeney enters it. We might see Justin put a bunch of arrows into Helmasaur to finish out this fight. Does not have the silvers, though. We're still operating with Fighter Sword. Yep. Helmasaur goes down, and we pick up the Swag Net. So what's the play now for Justin? I don't think Justin turned in the mushroom. That's what we're seeing here.
Fortuitous 20 rupee there, so he could get that blue goo. Perfect amount of money.
Normally when I see a runner buy blue potions, I expect them to head into Ice Palace, but we don't have access to Ice Palace. We don't have a Fire Rod or a Bombos Medallion.
But Justin's finally going to make his right side play and finish off that dreaded Spike Cave that trolled him the last time. He has a full magic bar now, so it shouldn't give him any problems.
Well, Justin keeping away from Spike Cave for the time being. Chad is pointing out that the Swamp Palace check is on the table. It is a green pendant, and until we find the hook shot, we can't complete it. But there's gonna be some items in there that we can grab.
Or we can get the ultimate troll factor and have hookshot in its pendant dungeon.
Yep, or we could go into Mire. That's another dungeon we can enter but not complete until we find the cane. A lot of partially completable dungeons on the table.
Chad asking what's on Lumberjack Les, it was 300 rubies.
We're about an hour into this race. Both of our runners are checking locations we've seen before, Justin picking up the half magic there. So I'd like to remind you that if you like what you're seeing, and why wouldn't you? This has been a great race so far. Remember to follow both of our runners. They're doing a great job for you.
With the pendant in hand, Justin could actually open up Turtle Rock so he doesn't have to do it later. Might be a good call on his part just to get it done with.
Yep, and we're going to see that right here. So Justin is going to be checking Super Bunny Cave here. For those of you who aren't familiar, it's named Super Bunny after a glitch called the Super Bunny Glitch. If you can make it up here without the Moon Pearl, you enter the cave and fall down a hole. It puts you in a state called Super Bunny State, which allows you to push the blocks and open the chest. It is a race-valid sequence break-in randomizer, but it's not seen very often anymore. And this bonk to get to the first chest in Hookshot Cave, this is not considered a sequence break. This is a perfectly in-sequence chest for Justin to get to. Bonking is an intended mechanic in the game, so that is a completely in-sequence red tunic. As if the sequence for the armor really matters.
Well, just like these silvers, if red armor is accessible that quickly, it might as well go for it.
Absolutely. We have the red mail, we have the silver arrows, but a notable absence from our Ganon killing supplies is a better sword. We're still working on Fighter Sword here at 1 hour and 3 minutes.
Well, maybe Justin's payback towards this Spike Cave will warrant another sword upgrade. Good for his troubles. Meanwhile, Dragonfeeney taking down Helmasaur, and we'll see where she goes next.
Justin waiting so long to pull out that cane, but he's gonna get whatever this is. It's just money.
We could be getting the Swamp Palace check from Justin here.
It looks like both of our runners are thinking about pendant dungeons. There's one item left in Eastern Palace on Armos Knights. Feeney's heading that way now. And we're going to see Swamp Palace. We might see Bombo's Tablet first. Nope, we're going to go right in the swamp. There's a question in chat why people cut the bushes on Dark Death Mountain. It's because there's a chance of heart or fairy drops from there. It's the 4 bushes north, south, east, and west that you can get some life refill from. So the first actual chest... Oh! That's something. So the first chest in Swamp that can have an item did have an item, and it was the Bombos Medallion, so Justin Z is bailing out and heading straight to Ice Palace. Meanwhile, with her silver arrows, Feeney is making quick work of Armos and gets a heart container, and a red pendant for her troubles.
This play by Justin is definitely an interesting one. There was much more chests available to him in Swamp, but knowing that Ice Palace is a crystal dungeon, I like the play to just duck out and go complete it because he can.
Yeah, I think that's. I think this is a decent play. Without the hook shot, we may have to see. We may be seeing some bomb jumps from Justin to get to the east side of the dungeon to grab some items.
Unless we find an early key in one of these first few chests.
That's a great use of the medallion. With just the fighter's sword, it is not time efficient to slash those guys to death.
But that being said, without Fire Rod and only Fighter Sword, we're probably going to see a Hammer Cold Stare, which is very, very scary fight.
Yep, Justin does have I think a blue and a green. I see the green in the inventory. I think he grabbed a blue from the potion shop. Feeney's going to lose a little bit of time here going back to check the basement of Herod. We know it's just a piece of heart, so that's an unfortunate time loss. But it won't be hanging over her head anymore. Justin with a nice Ice Palace bomb jump.
Damage boosting through the Fire Snake there.
More Quake. Oh no! The pendants were in the middle of their jump, so they did not take damage from the Quake.
And looks like we're going to get the Mire check from Feeney here. See what's available to her in this dungeon. Wow, Fire Rod in Ice Palace.
That is certainly something. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Feeney's going to get a bit beat up by this murder dactyl here. But gets into Mire. So it is now the red cane and the hookshot. That's what we're looking for. I mean, unless our runners can hover, in which case we might see the Moldorm 2 hover. So with the Fire Rod and Ice Palace, that means you absolutely have to go into Swamp and get the Bombos Medallion.
Very true.
Well, it looks like we're going to see a bomb jump here.
This one's one of the more precarious bomb jumps. You got to get on the furthest most pixel and then set a bomb and move slightly left, slightly right to the edge.
If you face left, you don't have to move. You can just face left on the bottommost pixel and set the bomb and you'll be fine. We know Or I'm not sure about routing on Ice Palace. It's tricky, but I suspect that the hookshot can't be here since we did that bomb jump to get here.
No, this is definitely all out of logic because they didn't pick up the key that could lead them in this direction. So.
So Feeney is hoping for, at this point, Red Cane in Mire is going to be the thing that'll help her out the most. Of course, if she finds the Red Cane, she might spend time killing Vitreous. Probably will. Feeney, without the fire rod, has to push these blocks and use the lamp on the torches. Justin, meanwhile, on his way to Cold Stare. With half magic and fire rod, I would probably use Bombos to start the fight and then use the rest of the magic to nuke him with the fire rod.
We will probably see that strat here. It's the most logical route to go, and he has Bombos prepped already, so.
Justin keeps him clumped up.
Nice Cold Stare fight from Justin. Very well played.
Well, if you're going to go into Cold Stare with Fighter Sword, that's the way to do it. Half magic, fire rod, Bombos.
Meanwhile, I wasn't counting, but Feeney did pick up the 10 bomb drop in Misery Mire. I don't know if she picked up another item or not.
Justin is going to check the pyramid. Feeney just got the cape in Mire, so those are 2 items there. No Red Cane. Justin's going to check the Pyramid Fairy, Ice Palace and Pod being the 2 5/6 crystals. Maybe that's why he bailed out of Swamp so early. He knew that this was going to lead to a pyramid check if he got done with Ice.
Very valid point. Now, I don't know if we saw a pyramid check. I mean, a bumper cave check yet, so I don't know what's behind that cave.
I don't think we've seen Bumper Cave. I don't think we've seen the Graveyard Ledge either, which is in the same part of the world. Justin is trying to get a dash with the bomb. Normally you can't dash with the bomb, but if you manage to get bumped away from the bomb due to impact with an enemy, or if you hookshot away from the bomb, you have a little bit of time in which you can start a dash. Justin not pulling it off, though. They did not check the Graveyard Ledge. They did not check the Graveyard Ledge when they did King's Tomb because they both did it from the Light World, the King's Tomb check.
And Chad mentioned that Hookshot cannot be at Fat Fairy because you had to sequence break Ice Palace in order to beat it, so Hookshot would not be available there.
Makes sense. So the only item Justin's looking for that could have been there was the cane, but it was not. Feeney is going to pick up her Bombos medallion here. We're going to see if she continues or if she bails out. It looks like she's going to continue. So this could be a deciding factor in the race. Justin, meanwhile, I think is going to give us a pedestal check.
Hey, he's gonna go take on Mothio while he's around here.
Oh yeah, look at that. We got a crystal there. I've lost track of what's crystals and pendants at this point. Yes, Mothula is a crystal, so we will see the Mothula kill.
I failed to mention, we could have Vanilla Master Sword.
That's definitely true. We already know what one of the tablets is, so we can't have the fabled 2 swords on tablets, Master Sword on the pedestals. Half magic, red male Mothula should not be too nasty. Wow!
Very nice fight.
I think every single one of those shots counted. But Mothula only dropping a blue rupee. That is both items from Skull. We had the hammer here in Skull way early on. And that being the second item. So I think we're going to see the pedestal check now.
And Ped's officially dead. Just some couch cash.
Alrighty then. Justin is going to be making the play into Mire, it looks like. Will not find the Cane of Samaria in there, but will find the cape. If the Mire medallion is Quake, as it is here, then during this animation, that murder dactyl will beat you up a little bit if you don't kill it first. Catfish was nothing, and Bumper Ledge has not been seen.
Depending what these final... Oh, there's the Master Sword, but I was saying, depending what these final items in Swamp is, that early dip out of Thieves Town could have been the play that they both made unfortunate, and they have to dip back in.
No, they are not called murder dactyls, but they should be. So, unless there's a reason for Justin to go back into Swamp, which may happen, Feeney might have a sword advantage on Justin throughout the remainder of this race. But I don't know if that makes up for all of the time that Feeney invested into Swamp to get that sword. Unless that's the only sword that we can find.
This begs to guess, I think Thieves Town is one of the only options left available to these runners.
Yeah, we still have a few out-of-the-way overworld places. I don't think we've seen the Bombos tablet yet. We have Bumper Cave, we have Graveyard Ledge. Just weird one-off locations like that. Ether Tablet was nothing, and Bombo's Tablet is currently unchecked.
Oh, and chat reminded me that Magic Bat hasn't been checked yet neither.
Yep. So, Feeney on the way to the Ice Palace bomb jump. Justin in the agonizing cutscene room. Can Sahasrara have anything? We've been asked in chat. Sahasrara can have the cane, but cannot have the hookshot since the green pendant is swamp.
Justin taking some frustration out on that vanilla big key chest, seeing that nothing was there.
Feeney grabbing her fire rod from Ice Palace. Feeney going for this tricky bomb jump here in ice. Well, it looks like we're going to see Bumper Cave and probably Graveyard Ledge right here from Justin. Well, that is the Cane of Samaria on the Bumper Ledge.
And Feeney's attempting to do a hover over to the other edge here.
If Feeney can hover, and the hookshot is MIA, that is a potentially huge advantage if Feeney can hover the Moldorm 2 gap. Justin, with his red cane, can now complete all of the crystal dungeons, but still does not have the hookshot.
That being said, with cane in hand, hookshot most definitely can be in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, at this point, I think hookshot in Turtle Rock is the probable guess. Feeney taking an unfortunate death trying that bomb jump. So, Feeney's going to be heading back through Ice Palace. Has to get it done. It is a crystal.
Justin, realizing he doesn't have the hook shot, has to head his way up north.
Feeny gonna have to pull off the Ice Palace bomb jump once again. This one is not as tricky as the one that she died during. Justin with the worst possible dead rocking right on top of himself.
Feeney, just making the cold stare play, decided that not needed to go all the way back around.
Well, if she's not confident she can get that bomb jump, then there's very little that can be done to get to that side until that hookshot is found. Justin has to take the long way around this room without the hookshot. Feeny takes out one of the puffballs. Feeny takes out another puffball. Feeny finishes off Cold Stare. A little easier fight with the Master Sword.
Absolutely. And with Justin only still with Fight a Sword, unless he finds a sword upgrade in here, we're going to have to see menu strats to the hammer for Trinex.
So Feeny is going to leave behind the right side of Ice Palace. There was nothing of great importance there. Feeny's going to be finishing off Mothula. Probably is going to make her pedestal check. Yep, and hopefully she makes that bumper ledge check to get her red cane. Well, there's the hookshot. It is on the vanilla big key chest in Turtle Rock. And that means Justin's in go mode.
Technically, he's in no mode until he finds a sword upgrade.
Yeah, I suppose that is true. I suppose at this point you gotta bank on there being a sword in Ganon's tower. And we'll probably see the laser bridge check too, hoping for that sword.
would be super trolly if the last chest of the in Ganon's Tower is a sword upgrade to get Master Sword.
Justin opting to do the Mimic Cave and gets the Mirror Shield for his trouble, so I think it is now quite likely that we're going to see a full clear of the laser bridge.
Meanwhile, Dragonfeeney just finishes off Mafia, and we'll see if she goes checks Pedestal and gets her red cane. Chat asking where Feeney got her Master Sword. She got it in the left side of Swamp.
Feeney discovering that she is not, mercifully, in a ped seed. Justin not finding a sword on Laser Bridge. Feeney not heading towards Bumper Ledge. Feeney checking the magic bat. The only important thing this might be is a sword. But it's just the full heart. Justin, doing Hammer Trinix, makes a nice switch to the menu to get that fire rod out. And nukes the ice head into oblivion.
If that was me, I probably would have opted to hit the ice head, knowing that I had to do a much longer phase just to make sure that there wasn't any ice on the ground.
Yep. Feeney's gonna give us a check of the purple chest, which we know is nothing, and I have to imagine the Bombos tablet, which we haven't seen yet. So here's Bombo's tablet. If this is a sword, that's really big. It's good for Feeney that she gets the sword, but it's especially good for Feeney because that's one fewer sword that Justin could find. But it is instead a bee in a bottle.
Hopefully Feeney realizes here that she has to go check the Bumper Cave, and we'll get her cane and push her in the right direction.
Yep, entering the Dark World from this location means it's quite likely that we're going to be seeing the bumper cave and the graveyard ledge now. Justin is going to have a relatively simple fight with those silver arrows. Silver Arrow Vitreous is another one of those satisfying fights. Feeney with a couple of frustration bombs at the location of the red cane. That was logically a double dip Mire. You had to get the cape from the big chest in Misery Mire and grab the cane from the bumper ledge to go back in and get to Vitreous.
And more than likely, Justin will find a sword upgrade in Ganon's Tower, but if he doesn't, Swamp would be a double dip as well. No, yeah.
Gets through Vitreous in no time with the silver arrows. So Azurel, that's Justin's 7th crystal. Do you know what time it is? I see that we're already started up in chat. If you want, there are 22 locations in Ganon's Tower where the big key can be. Get your guess in chat right now. If you are a supporter of speed gaming, if you've subscribed to any of our speed gaming channels, or if you've donated 250 bits or more across all of our channels, you'll be entered for a spot on our leaderboard, which is a spectacular prize. You should all enter and try and get on that leaderboard.
What's your guess usually for the big cannon, big key?
I'm kind of boring. I don't have any particular guess that I go with all the time. I do like I just silly word associate. I just pick a number, it pops out of my head. The number that came out of my head today is 8. 8, if you go with the standard route, is the chest that in the vanilla game has the map. It's in the 2 fire bars.
I generally like to go with Bob's chest, and if you go with the standard route, that's chest number 14, I believe.
But Justin's going to be playing a Ganon's Tower game of his own. He's looking for a sword in addition to the big key. So we might see quite a bit of the GT basement cleared, even if that big key is early.
Yeah, I would have to imagine he would want to search. He wouldn't want to make his way all the way up to Aga 2 and not have a Master Sword. Meanwhile, with Dragonfeeney picking up that cane, we forgot to mention she is actually officially in go mode because she has the Master Sword.
Yep. Justin opting for the right-hand side. So if you made your numerical guess based on the traditional route, then your number doesn't mean what you thought it meant now. Hookshot is on the lava island in Turtle Rock, the location that in the vanilla game has the big key. We get the shovel and a green goo from the right side of Ganon's tower. So I'm sure Chad is going to make the sword and shovel spot jokes now.
That would be super trolly.
Feeney getting dead rocked on her way to Turtle Rock. That was 8, 9, this is 10, and that is 11.
Which we finally find the stun prize, and it is 1 bomb.
Justin with 35 bombs, Feeney with 20 bombs. I doubt we're going to see much bomb farming. We need 1, maybe 2 bombs for Ganon's tower. Justin on his way to chest number 13 in the fire snake room. And there it is.
We will go see him check Rando room here and see if he finds a sword upgrade in there, and laying bombs in frustration that he has to go do this.
Every non-sword chest is going to get a bomb, it looks like. And Justin's going to keep going, it looks like. Going to head to Ice Armos.
Well, we could see if the Ganon Tower's big chest could have a sword upgrade.
So, we're going to see Bob's chest here. Maybe Bob's chest has the sword that Justin is looking for. Nope. Just Bomb's chest. To answer chat, you need, at minimum, the Master Sword to do damage to Ganon. Justin with the Fighter's Sword is not going to be able to hurt Ganon.
Oh, man. He should have went left and did the big key chest first. He's going to go do Tile Room. No, he's heading up.
So, there are 4 more chests up Ganon's tower where Justin might find a sword.
If the sword is not up here, this is the play that the Dragonfeeney needs for her to finally catch up.
Yep. So this race is hanging on 4 chests upstairs in Ganon's tower. Feeney with the single frustration slash at that hookshot. Yep, the two swords that we know of. One of them was in Escape, and the other one was on the left side of Swamp.
That could be trolly, because Argus or backside of Swamp could have another sword upgrade, and that's where our swords are.
Yeah, it could be deep in Swamp, it could be deep in Thieves Town.
Meanwhile, Justin is making quick work out of these gauntlet rooms here.
Yep, Justin's execution has been on point this whole race. It's just that skipping out of Swamp, which, while a pretty strong routing call, ended up costing him a sword. So Azrael, if you don't get a sword here in Ganon's Tower, what do you do?
I think I would make the Swamp play, because that has the most potential for items, even though it would be longer than Thieves, because Justin didn't go check any more than that first chest in Swamp, so that's got to be in the back of his mind.
Yep. I think if you remember that you picked up that shovel, you might try that. That's in the vicinity of going into Swamp. This is indeed Feeney's last crystal, so once she gets this crystal, she'll be on her way to Ganon's Tower, and nothing is going to stand in her way. She'll head up with Master Sword. Alright, those last 4 chests, they're coming real quick now. There it is.
There it is. And at 1 hour and 48 minutes, and at the back end of Ganon's Tower, Justin's officially in go mode.
Master Sword Ganon is no cakewalk, but it is infinitely easier than Fighter Sword Ganon, considering Fighter Sword Ganon is not possible.
We shall see if he checks this last chest.
Just 3 more bombs for his trouble. But Justin's got to be feeling spectacular with that Master Sword in hand. Normally you don't look forward to Master Sword Ganon, but if you get that Master Sword in that chest, you're extremely thankful. Justin Z passes the final exam in geometry. And we're going to see Master Sword Ganon, fortunately with red mail and silver arrows and half magic.
And as Justin starts Ganon, DragonFeeney just finishes Trinex, and we'll see her make her way up to Ganon's Tower.
Justin trying to use the Cane of Samaria block to get a double spin on Ganon there. Doesn't pull it off, but it is a nifty strategy if you can pull it off. But this is a great spot to find Ganon.
12 spins with the. All right, 12 more spins here.
With half magic, Cape is a pretty good call here. And Justin still has some potions. On to phase 3 of the Ganon fight. We did find the arrows on Death Mountain, and we're very thankful for that, since it makes this Master Sword fight a lot easier.
Got the double. He's one more hit away.
Ooh, almost takes a fire bat into the hole, down to 2 hearts.
And with that, Ganon is down.
Everyone, get your GGs in chat for Justin Z. Takes Ganon down with an official speedracing.tv time of 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 5 seconds.
We shall see if Justin would like to come in here for an interview, guys. What a race these two put on for each other today.
Feeney continuing the search of Ganon's tower basement.
We shall see if she actually looks at those last chests, and if she does, she can get the tempered sword for Ganon, which would make her fight a little bit easier.
Here's the big key for the Dragonfeeney. She does not need to keep looking for a sword, so she's heading straight up.
Feeney getting the bonus magic and fairy in the magic rooms. And we officially have Justin Z in chat. GG, Justin.
Oh, thanks a lot. That was quite a seed.
So tell us how it felt that you found Master Sword at the top of the tower.
My heart is still pounding from that. Man, I just can't even believe that it came down to that after almost full clearing the rest of the tower.
What would you have done? What was your backup plan if you didn't find that sword?
Yeah, it was probably go to Village of Outcasts again, check Magic Bat, and then go into the back of Thieves Town. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Definitely a play. Your opponent, the Dragonfeeney, did go a little bit more in Swamp and found a sword upgrade on the left side of Swamp.
Ooh, okay. So probably a net time save compared to continuing to search the rest of Ganon's tower after you found the big key and getting absolutely nothing.
Yeah, she's mostly her way through the gauntlet right now. She's about to go into the lantern room to head up to the final height of the tower.
Okay.
So, Justin, both you and Dragonfeeney ended up not clearing the back of Thieves Town. You just mentioned this. Feeney took a death and just bailed out, and you chose not to continue. You chose to leave after only finding 2 items. Was that weighing on you? I know you were thinking about it when you didn't have that sword.
Yeah, it was weighing on me for a little bit, and as the go mode item continued to elude apparently both of our grasp, it stayed weighing on me because it really did. I was like, oh man, the front was so bad. Maybe I should have just finished it. So yeah, there were a couple of times that occurred to me, and that's exactly why it was the first place I thought of as I was getting to the top of GT, because I knew that there was a lot of value in the back, and that was probably the best play.
Well, your opponent did indeed pick up the sword in the top of Ganon's tower, so Feeney finishing up Moldorm 2 and is going to be heading on to Ganon with Tempered Sword and Silver Arrows.
Well, that's a pretty good deal by comparison. I kind of messed up that Master Sword fight pretty badly. I'm just glad I didn't take a death.
Any Master Sword Ganon fight you walk away from is a good Master Sword Ganon fight.
Well, that's a good point. You can't complain too much if you get through it.
Yeah, it looked like you came close to falling that one time, and we were worried there.
Yeah, I was a little worried too, and just really the whole race, I don't know, I just kept doing silly little things, and including in the middle of that fight, like why I decided to hit start as the 4th arrow was in the air, I have no idea, but and then, the routing, why in the world would I not just go immediately back to Mire, finish it, and then go look for the hook shot in Turtle Rock? So I don't know. I almost feel like the seed was designed specifically to make us look bad, but I guess that's how it goes sometimes.
Yep, chat did point out that you cost yourself an extra climb of Death Mountain there. Didn't end up costing you the race. Feeney, meanwhile, falls down into her Ganon fight. A little bit simpler, wailing on Ganon with the Tempered Sword.
It is. Of course, there's strats to get through each of those on one cycle also, but yeah, a little bit more of a simple matter.
Feeney getting that god corner for Ganon, choosing just to do her cape strats.
Feeney on to phase 3 now.
You know, 172 collection rate's still not bad for this seed.
Yeah, all things considered, and getting in a sub 2 with 172, yeah, I can't complain. I honestly, I can't tell you what the intended order was supposed to be, seeing as I sequence broke to get the flute and then a couple other things I want to say, but I'm forgetting exactly what. But yeah, quite a search this one made you go through.
Absolutely. You and your opponent both sequence broke for the flute, and that sequence was repaired when you got the lamp in the hammer pigs. Meanwhile, Dragon Feeney has taken down Ganon. She does so with an official speedracing.tv time of 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 28 seconds. GG to her. She's here in our setup room, so I'll go down and see if she's ready for her interview.
And she is here. GG, Feeney.
Thank you, GG. Justin.
GG to you, Fiend.
So how about that cane location?
Oh man, I actually, when I found the cape, I had not looked there yet. That was the first place I happened to go, but I hadn't looked, so that was a crazy find.
That was like the last place I went before pseudo go mode.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's basically how it was for me too. They were telling me you went farther in swamp than I did, so I actually had fighter sword all the way up Ganon's tower.
Oh, you're brave.
No, I just really didn't feel like I had any other choice.
You both did very, very good job. Feeney, you chose to do some dark rooms and didn't get your lamp till later on. The lamp being in Ped Cave definitely was accessible early on, but good for you for doing some of those dark rooms.
Yeah, they surprisingly paid off early on. I got the flute from Eastern, and then I got the book, The Old Man on the Mountain. And then everything else on the mountain I was able to complete. So all in all, I'd say it paid off. Dark rooms.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, what was the hammer location again?
It was in the woods.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, dropping in there, and then the mirror came soon after that from Stumpy, right? So did you not go back around to the the dwarf, the frog, and all that stuff after getting the mirror from him?
No, I did the dwarf, but I didn't do the hammer pegs.
Oh, okay. So
because I was in the light world when I dropped them off instead of the
gotcha.
dark.
Yeah, that makes sense then.
Anything more you guys like to say about this seed?
I think I've said enough. What do you think, Feeney?
The seed didn't make me feel very good.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
That's about it.
Well, you guys definitely did an amazing job. Had an excellent entertaining us for the last 2 hours. GG to both of you. The tournament has been going on very well. Anything about the tournament you guys like to say?
Gonna be a good one. definitely watch it. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, anytime I've had a chance to catch a match, it's been enjoyable. It's been hype, and I've been focusing a lot on just practice and stuff. But no, I mean, it's been just as good as I've hoped so far. So hopefully that'll continue, and hopefully the two of us can pick up a few more wins too. That would be nice.
Very good. Well, thank you guys for racing for us today. Wonderful job. And please, if you liked what you saw today, give these two a follow. Justin Z and the Dragonfeeney, they did an amazing job entertaining us today. And to show your appreciation, following them is one of the ultimate ways to do so. I'd like to thank Firewood King for co-commentating with me today. It has been a blast.
Absolutely, Azrael. It's been fun. If you like the commentary and the work that we've put in for you, you can throw Azrael Speed a follow. You can throw me a follow. And a huge thanks to our tracker, Sage Figaro, for keeping track of all of our items. As you can see from the screen, there have been a lot of items this seed. And if you like the sorts of content that Speed Gaming is putting out, there are 6 Speed Gaming channels, 1 through 6, and it might as well keep on hammering on that follow button.
Absolutely. We also have a link to the past randomizers 1 through 4 that we also stream on. If you want to give them a follow as well, much appreciated. And if you want to see more randomizer action, right now on Speed Gaming 4, there's a race between Carter Freak and Final Flame. And between 5 and 10 p.m. today, we have multiple races. So keep looking, and we'll post the schedule on chat to keep you updated. But if you like it, keep watching. Much appreciated, and I would like to thank you guys for the last few hours that we've been here together.
Thank you. Unless anyone has anything else to say, this has been fun. See you next race.
Absolutely. See you guys later.